I'm not even going to talk about, Elon getting attempted to be assassinated, his dealerships getting shot at, his cars getting blown up, Nazi symbols painted everywhere. What is it that people are scared of about Tesla? Why don't they attack Neuralink? Why don't they attack the Boring Company? Why don't they attack Twitter? Why don't they attack SpaceX? These guys have literally satellites in the sky. Well, maybe it's because Tesla's the only public company, the only company that the public can invest in and that we can be a part of. So then why would they be scared of us having a piece of that revolution, that technological revolution of the earth? Is it because Tesla's cars are bad, or their sales are down, or this or that? They don't care about the car sales because they know they're building the machine that's going to build humanoid robots. The disruption of EVs is going to happen eventually no matter what. The people that are buying Teslas or EVs out of emotion, to be a good liberal or to be green, have already bought them. Emotional decisions don't disrupt markets. Industry disruptions happen out of logic. When the costs for EVs continue to go down, the cost for mining the mineral, creating batteries, the battery storage, the range, the speed of which your car can accelerate, the safety, why would anyone buy a more expensive, worse car? The value is already there. We're just waiting on the price getting there. Lucid is selling cars for $150,000 and they're manufacturing them for $200,000. They're losing $50,000 every time they manufacture a car. Same thing with Ford. Same thing with BMW. The reason that all these companies are ditching their EV goals is because they're losing money on these. So it's an uphill battle that we shouldn't even be involved in. The problem with these competitors is that they're not manufacturing their car. They're not manufacturing the LiDAR sensors that they're spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on. Even if Tesla had a subpar product, even if their product was worse, it's only a matter of time before Tesla beats all these other competitors because they can't afford to charge what Tesla's charging. Tesla doesn't have to share the profits on manufacturing, cameras, softwares, insurance. Tesla has their own insurance. They have their own history of driving that they've been collecting for the past 10 years from all of the Tesla drivers. Tesla does all this already. So that's just manufacturing and autonomy. Let alone all the autonomy that they're doing into cars is also kind of going to be paid for because they'll make even more money when they start putting out and producing their autonomous humanoid robots. So they can undercut the market. They can make zero money. They can make negative money on their autonomous taxi network because they're going to make more money when they start installing this knowledge and this research into their humanoid robots. So that's just manufacturing. Any product that Tesla wants to manufacture, any autonomous that Tesla wants to automate, it's already done, it's already paid for, they can do whatever they want. But what about energy? Because all these machines are going to be using a lot of energy, right? Well, energy, there's three things. There's energy generation, there's energy storage, and there's energy deployment. So let's say, first of all, generation. Disrupting the oil industry is massive. Maybe that's who's after Elon right now, I don't know. They're going to take energy from the sun through solar panels, which they also manufacture. Store that energy so that you have a more stable grid, so that you can sell that energy back to the grid at peak hours or off-peak hours, so that you can have a backup generator, and then you can deploy that energy to your vehicle, to your house, whatever you want. Charge your phone. You become your own utility. You can control your price. You can control how much you have. You can control your backups. You can control all these things. Tesla's right now deciding, hey, we don't have enough batteries for this. We have to decide whether we're putting these battery packs into mega packs, which is the battery storage, or into cars, because there's so much demand for both. They're confined on how many batteries that Panasonic can produce, they can produce. All these other companies, they're saying, we need everyone's batteries. They're building them themselves, but they're still buying them from Panasonic because they need everyone's batteries. They do not have enough batteries to build the power banks, the mega packs, and in their cars and their autonomous robots. They know that confinement right now is batteries. So how do they build more? Well, they buy them from whoever can produce them, and they start producing them themselves. That's battery storage. How does energy get deployed right now? Well, that's gas stations, grids. Those are all trillion-dollar markets. What if Tesla could, take over those markets? Or just add to the markets? We're not even talking about 100% takeover rate. It doesn't need to be 100%. 30, 40%, because their costs are so low, they can converge everything. We won't even need gas stations or utilities anymore if everyone can have their own energy generation and energy storage, because you become your own utility. If you want to do a road trip, okay, maybe you want a little bit of a charging network across the world. Well, Tesla owns the charging network too. So talk about disrupting all the gas stations. Tesla's already building diners out at modern style gas stations. All these other companies are already paying Tesla to charge at their networks because they said, okay, that one is too far. Maybe we can make cars for a loss. Maybe we can try to do a software. Maybe we can try to do some autonomy. Charging network, that's too much. We can't do that. Tesla, you won on that front. So they're paying Tesla to build out gas stations across the world. Like, do you see how this whole picture is kind of working together? It's a convergence, not only in technologies, but in Tesla's involved in all these technologies. Manufacture the robots, build the AI to guide the robots, build a neural net with a neural link to interact with humans, build the batteries to store the energy, build the energy generation, solar panels to generate the energy, build the energy deployment through cars and charging networks to deploy the energy. It's all coming together. I don't know if Tesla knew this at the beginning. I imagine they may have predicted it, but it's all a convergence of all these technologies. Manufacturing, they can build whatever they want. They have unlimited energy. They can sell the energy to everyone else. They can have you generate your own energy, and all the robots that are using the energy and solving the labor problem to everyone else. I didn't even talk about humanoid robots. Remember when I was saying that these disruptions happen from logical decisions, not emotionality? People don't want to support Elon right now. But when they see that a business will save $20, $30, $40, $50,000 a year from each employee they replace with a robot, they're going to say, okay, you know what? I hate Elon, but I'm going to buy the robot. You don't have to pay health care to it. You don't have to pay paternity, maternity leave, insurance. You don't have to have it go home. You don't have to give it a smoke break. You don't have to give it a lunch break. You don't have to give... Look, I'm not saying he doesn't look like the evil Terminator Skynet that's running the satellites, that's connecting all these things across, that is building the humanoid robots to replace our labor. I'm not saying he doesn't look like that. I'm saying that these things are happening and they're converging right now, and there's someone of a genius of our time that's behind capitalizing on these opportunities and pushing these opportunities to happen faster. Would they have happened without him? Yes. Would they happen within the next 100 years? Maybe. Look, this guy's putting fucking people on the moon. He just brought back people from the space station. No problem. He's landing rockets. Like, I'm investing in the Albert Einstein of our time. Edison, I invented the light bulb, or this Tesla guy invented electricity, but he wasn't able to monetize any of it. Inventing free energy is a great invention, but it's not monetizable. If free energy happens, then the entire world is disrupted as well. I'm not even going to get into that, but inventors are already geniuses, but inventors that are able to take their invention and monetize it. That's a secondary skill that a lot of inventors don't have. Having the skill to invent and having the skill to monetize are two different things. And if you have both those in genius, then you're a mega genius. And we have that at our fingertips right now. You know, he's self-landing rockets. He's creating desirable EVs, and he's building brain chips to help people see again and use their hands again. Siri, turn off the lights in my house. Hey Siri, charge my car. Siri, I want the dishes to be done when I get home. Like, all these things will be done through thought. That's why he's not building a phone. He's landing things on the moon. He's trying to get us to Mars. He's building these massive rockets. And I don't know, man. I think it's the best opportunity in the market. Is it overvalued? It depends where you think the company's going. So I hope this video gives you some insight. I don't want this to be an opinion piece. I want this to be an asset that you can come back to and look at and say, what do I think Tesla's going to be up to in the next 10, 15 years? Which company do I think has the largest opportunity to disrupt? What's the probability of this company actually fulfilling on what they say they're going to, or actually fulfilling on their opportunity? Because that's a risk too, is, you know, these startups have large opportunities. They're identifying and going after these massive opportunities. However, the probability that they go bankrupt and your investment goes to zero is pretty high. And Tesla had that problem many times in 2008, 2009, 2010, but now we're past that. I think we're past that. I don't think there's a risk of bankruptcy at all. I think it's too big to, maybe, I don't want to say it too big to fail, because that's when things fail, but it's a massive company. It has the world's best engineers. It has the world's biggest genius. It has the president behind it. Like, it seems like it's on a green light on all fronts right now. But if you hate Elon because that's the thing, the new bad thing, then maybe it's not for you.